Ladies and gentlemen, with about 15 hours left in my Save Thor News 2019 fundraiser, there's no shortage of things to talk about. We are now monitoring a new possible hurricane situation, or tropical storm, or winter tropical storm, or winter hurricane. I don't know. Call it whatever you want to. It's all semantics. And words are not solid like water or fire. In this brand new year, pre-eclipse season by 2 days, wave after wave after wave, Game of Thrones and Fire and Ice and game. All right, so I am high amongst the data weeds, and thanks to all the wonderful warriors out there on Weather Twitter, including Florida's own wave master, Dada Boo, who has brought us this up-to-date information, as he always has his hands to the ocean. As a metaphor. Okay. But we're looking at a near real-time high-res of the system. The NHC Pacific is now monitoring with a 50% chance of development for the next 5 days. Hashtag 90EInvest. And so, last year was the most active, most crazy, most ace-induced Pacific hurricane season, typhoon season of all time. Things have been interesting all over, shall we say. And so we are monitoring, as I've been talking about, the moisture spot that I don't know, pointing out for a couple of weeks, because lucky enough, I study a lot of the guys on Weather Twitter, including crankywxguy, Dada Boo, Anthony. The whole team is great. I suggest you follow me on Twitter at New Thor for updates, and then you can find who to follow. But like most of the time, the moisture has been getting pulled up into here. This is like a 2-year pattern, almost 3-year. And then it comes back out like here, bam. That's been our old pattern. Well, we have a new change, and it's only done this once before that I can remember, where now we have this moisture kind of coming more south and then coming down, and we now have moisture coming up from this area where the possible tropical, I don't know, what are we calling it? I don't know, cyclonic could do damage or bring a lot of water, rain, and wind at the same time system. So you have a combination of moisture streams that will then regather across the nation and Mexico. We're all in this together. In Canada, well, I don't care about national lines, man. And so we got volcanoes popping off down here, meaning erupting. And we're seeing an anomalous dry heat spell in the Caribbean. So 2019, for the first month, we all need to be on our best, smartest, most positive behavior. Remember, we got to keep this thing, civilization, from falling apart. All right, that's only got, this is hot off the press. So we'll have to go back to the last model. But as you can see, we're concerned about the challenges the West Coast is probably going to face no matter what. We're talking Alaska, Canada, Washington, Oregon, California, Southern California, Mexico, and then anywhere east of that. Because we got a whole lot of moisture coming down the pipe. And, I don't know, like 20, 30 rain records have been broken on the East Coast over the last year. And we have anomalous heat around the areas where I suspect magma activity may be going on. So we'll probably be getting more rain than snow, but a lot of the rivers are already in not so great shape. And your government is shut down, though today they're still throwing a parade. So I never want to take away from anybody's parade. I like to piss on people's parades or at their parties. I mean, I'll go in the bathroom or out in the woods, you know. It's a metaphor. And eclipse season is going to be here in like 48 hours, so everything gets a little extra crazy. The sun goes crazy. I go, a little wild, a little weird. Be yourself. Okay, so we got 201 rivers flooding now. A possible hurricane, and correct me if my verbiage is wrong, it's winter. A war Easter? Oh, that sounds bad. Okay, so you got all these rivers flooding. And we got a lot more rain coming in. Where is I got so many tabs up. Let's go to, I'm missing one. Give me uno momento, please. That's what I like to edit. I can get closer to perfection. All right. Good times, bad times. You know, I have my share. And so we already have a lot of moisture that is moving over the exact same areas. And that will be moving slowly east. It has caused a lot of problems in East Texas along I-35. You had a lot more ice than expected. Of course, a lot of wrecks. You have more moisture plunging down with the split polar vortex-ish. I don't know. I have to double check with Cranky and the gang on specific definitions. And then now we're still like 2 days away from when the wettest periods will start over the 2-week period for the West Coast. And we got a giant coronal hole. We just had a massive filament tear off. And this is just happens. The sun's been pretty quiet in this grand solar minimum asterisk, you know, for the last 2 years almost, since 2017. The summer. And look at that. I hadn't seen a giant filament get that active in a long time. And that is on top of like 3 days ago, we had a solar flare B 2.8. X-Man, where you at? So yeah, and then in the middle here, we got a giant coronal hole, which will be sending us a lot of fast wind. And if you saw the last video I did, it was one of the coolest rainbow rings, sundogs, rainbows I've ever seen. So in this battle of the old versus the new, I guess if you want to say good versus evil, I don't know. That seems so binary. But yeah, the sun is definitely, almost looks like it's giving us a thumbs up. Good job, guys. So yeah, it's time to act cool. And the sun has been requesting rock and roll and good music to return and comedy. Okay. So hopefully we'll do better at listening about that this year. So yeah, we got this giant coronal hole. So we're on earthquake 2Ts. Watch. Volcano watch. Strange people behavior watch. And we still got Venus, who's been in Scorpio for 4 months. She's like an hour away. Wait, 100 hours away from going into Sagittarius. That's a big deal. I will probably get stung less, I hope. Okay, and so then it keeps showing this glitch. It's showing it for like the last, I call it a glitch because that's the new one. And they have a few frames out. Okay, so there's the last one. No, go back. And then there's the one before it. Wow, look at the gravity waves there. Where'd you go? That. This is the one you're supposed to be switching to. Like the other one. No matter what, it's going to be a lot of rain. It's just a matter of how much. And there's one, the run before it. And then the run before. So either this is broken or glitchy, or it's somewhere in between. The GFS is like, it's only this bad. But it's still a lot of rain in areas that are going to start to get soaked. So, this is your 5 o'clock update, even though it is 4:46 on the 3rd of January. With like, what, 15, 17 hours left in my Save Thor news for 2019 and the beginning of the month. Because I don't know if you know this, but me doing this for 6 years and getting so much stuff correctly, and I think just being cool, possibly handsome and charming, it's caused me a lot of trouble. So each month it becomes like a James Bond, Game of Thrones, Avengers thing just to pay rent. And rent is due technically before the landlady gets there at 8 in the morning. The last time I checked, which was like 10 in the morning, 8 in the morning, I was $330 short. I'll go check again here in a while, maybe at about 7, like 3 hours, because I got to go manually to the ATM because my computer is compromised. Sweet! But I made it like this, even though it gets more challenging like a video game when you level up, for 3 years in a row. So I'm holding out for a miracle. And gosh dang knows, my karma should be good enough. Wow. But yeah, crazy times indeed. Smoke them if you got them. I would spend the weekend chilling out and not being mad at people. I really wouldn't worry about politics this weekend. I mean, they shut down on us. And we got another giant system that is anomalous as well in this area. So things are interesting all over, for sure. I say, be cool and let love rule. God bless everyone. I will talk to you guys soon, and I will leave my PayPal link in the video information box and in the comments. Okay, stay cool.